Hey everyone, welcome back to the Hacker Stacker channel. I want to bring to your attention something that's probably missing from your stack. And it's not a certain coin or bullion or a specific weight of silver like 10 or 100 ounces or a kilo, but it's currency. Yes, you should complement your stack with fiat. In conjunction with the value you have in your accumulated stack, you should maintain a certain amount of fiat currency. This is so you can become your own bank. So instead of just taking out a loan or whipping out the plastic to cover an unexpected expense, you have the ability to pay for those little emergencies on your own. Having both silver and by extension gold, plus a reasonable supply of fiat currency, will help you overcome those instances without having to rely on somebody else. I can hear some of you thinking now, hey, if I'm supposed to convert all my spare currency into silver and gold, why are you suggesting that I keep some of my fiat instead? Well, I'm not suggesting you convert all of your disposable income into silver and gold. I'm suggesting you do keep some of it in the form of fiat. Now I want to express my appreciation for you taking the time to watch my videos. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell to get notifications on new content, because it's only with your support this channel will continue to grow. And here's why I suggest this. It's well established that silver as well as gold are considered liquid assets. This means they can be converted into government printed bills fairly easy, but not necessarily quickly. To explain this, I will use my own situation. I'm fortunate enough to live near 3 coin and bullion stores. This is what they do, and none of them are pawn shops, and I don't consider them bullion dealers. Now, if I were to get into my truck, drive to all 3 of them, and drive home, the entire round trip would require, according to Google Maps, a total of 40 minutes drive time. And that's not including the time I would spend parking and conducting my business. I consider myself extremely fortunate to reside so close to 3 businesses that I could rely on if I needed to cash in some, if not all, of my stack. But that's just me, and I live in an urban environment. But here's the rub. Suppose I need that cash now. Remember, these are 3 privately owned businesses. They maintain regular hours for conducting said business. They're not Walmarts, and they're not open 24/7. Out of the 168 hours in a week, they are only open about 40 to 50 hours. So that's a lot of time where I have no opportunity to cash my bullion in and convert it to cash in an emergency. And this is why, although your stack may be considered highly liquid, it still requires counterparty involvement. You typically can't use your silver or gold to pay for life's little inconveniences. To compound this issue, consider someone who might reside in a very remote rural location, one where it's the better part of a day just to reach a post office, a grocery store, or any other common establishment. How far will that person have to go from that location to get to somewhere where they can exchange their stack back into fiat? I can well imagine that there are some people who might be looking at a 2-day venture, and that's assuming where they're headed will be even open for business when they get there. And that is the downside to counterparty responsibilities. So the solution is to augment your stack with greenbacks, lettuce, scratch, dead presidents, the folding stuff. But this begs the question, how much? And this is where things get a little tricky, as there is no such thing as a simple answer. But I will offer one number. You should, at a minimum, maintain 10% of your stack's spot price value in fiat, meaning if you have on hand $1,000 worth of silver, you should have at least 100 in fiat to go along with it. So, with a $25 spot, the 40 ounces that you see here would represent $1,000 in melt value of silver. Therefore, this stack should include a minimum of $100 in cash. But bear in mind, this 10% is only a suggested minimum. I'm not carving it in granite. Your individual needs and lifestyle will demand a different number. I'm simply tossing out this 10% for one purpose, to get you to think about how much fiat you will need to complement your stack. So take the time to assess your position. Now, you don't have to rush to the ATM right now, but take your time, do some serious thinking, come up with a number that you feel is both reasonable and feasible. So keep on stacking, and I will see you in the next video.